All right, it is an issue that is top of mind for a lot of Nevadans, the future of our education system. One candidate for mayor tells our station owner Jim Rogers why education is so important.
Now, Victor, you yourself have a world-class education, graduate of Harvard, and I know you bring a lot of those values and your background in that into Las Vegas, but my favorite subject, I think, in this town, in this city, is education, and I think that's one of yours. Talk about your involvement now in education and what you think the mayor can do to even further our success.
Thank you. Thank you, Jim, for raising my favorite subject in a way. After job creation, clearly after job creation. In adversity, education is key. I was born very poor. I did not have 1 cent. All my schooling has been with public schooling in France, scholarships. And I just mentioned that even Harvard, I got scholarships. I got scholarships in the first year for my school in France, because I was admitted to Stanford and Harvard. They said, go to Harvard, we'll give you the money for the first year, and the second year I got a scholarship from Harvard, which means, you know, my first year was good. Otherwise, they would have given me a scholarship. I really, really believe that education is not only vital for our city, but also for our state and for our country, and for the world, for that matter. So I have a personal, not only interest, but personal stake on this. Plus, I mentioned that I have 3 little kids. They are 13, 12, and 10. And obviously education, you know, every morning I take them to school. Every morning when I'm here, if I'm not traveling, but I travel rarely now these days, but I take them to school. You know, education is key to me. No, education is vital for our city. We can't attract businesses and compete with other cities if we don't have a good, smart, educated workforce. As you know, Jim, and you've been in the city many, many years, much more than me, the charter for Las Vegas mayor dates from 1944. There's a state charter. Anything vital to the city has nothing to do with the mayor, whether it is water, the police, or education. The mayor has no control over education, no money for education, nothing. But remember what I said, I think the first day of our interview on Monday with you, I said leadership is key. Although we don't have any direct control over education, and I will have to work with Nevada's system of higher education and with the Clark County School District people. As a team, I can provide leadership. Leadership at the school level, at the principal level, at the teacher's level. As you know, I'm chairman of the board of trustees for many, many years now of a superb, not-for-profit community day school. So I'm very involved. I've spent a lot of my time in the past few years in education. But that's only part of my qualifications. I'm a businessman. I understand, and I've done for 40 years what the city needs. Getting back to work and back to business. I've created tens of thousands of jobs, throughout the world, but in particular in America, including right here in Las Vegas. I have the experience. So I want to balance, you don't run for mayor to run education because you have nothing, no power, nothing. But I'm very interested in this. I think this is extremely important for our city at all levels. High school, lower school, and also university level.
So you're going to be very vocal about that.
Very vocal. I want to provide absolute leadership in this area, although nobody reports to me.
Let me ask you, is there anything other than or in addition to an education that can make you successful? Any other substitute?
Well, as you know, and I'm very, very respectful of this myself, and as a matter of fact, I admire these people. There have been many people in this world who, for whatever reason, personal reason, I've been lucky. Thanks God. Thanks God for this. To be top school in France, top school in America. But many people did not have the opportunity. And they've been very successful as entrepreneurs. Very, very successful. And these guys, I admire them. With no education, but they've been very successful. But they're the exception. Today, in the current world, not just America, by the way, throughout the world, if you don't have education, doors won't be open to you. And yes, a few extraordinary individuals, and this city has got a few of them, as you know, including Sheldon Adelson, for instance, as a prime example. But this is the exception. For most of us, education is a key. The key to have a decent life, to be able, to feed your family and to live a decent life.
And I think a lot of people don't understand that we're no longer just in competition with California or Utah or New Mexico. We're in competition with the whole world. And
absolutely.
Education in the other areas, the
Absolutely.
Chinese especially, education is very important.
Well, I said this before, diversity is key, and society here is doing well, the country is rich, people are a little bit less motivated than poor countries where they're facing adversity, so they are very more determined. I think we can use leadership again. We have got to provide leadership. It's way beyond money.
Victor,
it's leadership.
Thank you for being here this week.
Thank you very much.
Interesting. I learned a lot.
Very kind. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You bet.
Thank you very much.